In recent months, federal immigration raids have surged. And while most stories focus on arrests and politics, there's a quieter story unfolding in the background: the U.S. labor market. Employers are scrambling, wages are shifting, and entire sectors are struggling to fill essential roles. So how deep does this impact go? Welcome to this Supply Chain Pro video. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, otherwise abbreviated as ICE, activities and arrests are creating widespread labor shortages in sectors like construction, industrial, logistics, agriculture, and hospitality across the United States, due to the physical removal of workers as well as the fear of being detained. This disruption of the labor force can lead to increased labor costs for businesses, delays in projects, and potential increases in prices for end consumers. The fear of raids are causing a freezing effect, where even authorized workers are afraid to report to work or participate fully in the economy out of fear, which is further compounding the impact on the system. Some of the key impacts on the industrial and logistics labor market include widespread labor shortages. Raids remove undocumented immigrant workers from productive and oftentimes essential positions in a business's daily operations. This loss of labor will create a gap that will impact the operation, leading to short-term issues in business performance. Furthermore, the fear of a raid discourages illegal immigrant employees from engaging in economic activities out in the public world. It is understandable to see immigrant workers voluntarily withdraw from the labor market altogether or have higher rates of attendance call-offs if they feel there is too much at stake. Disruptions to business operations. The lack of available workers are leading to problems and impacting business operations as a consequence. Businesses employ workers in order to meet their operational goals, and a sharp and uncontrollable decline in the business's workforce will interrupt normal operations, and the business will have to scramble to figure out solutions in order to maintain service to their customers. Increased costs. Businesses face higher labor costs to attract and retain workers as a consequence of the smaller labor pool. These costs have the potential to be passed on to consumers through higher prices, otherwise known as inflation. Businesses do have options for addressing this problem. Increasing wages would hurt their bottom line, but will improve the pay of the workers remaining in the labor market. Alternatively, these businesses may have to find process improvements or capital investments, such as introduction of automation, to solve the labor shortage problem. Reduced economic output. Labor shortages and business disruptions can lead to slower economic growth. Estimates predict that mass deportations could have a negative impact on the GDP as a total economic output of an area. These regions impacted by ICE raids will have less able-bodied workers producing goods and services in the short term, and total economic activity will decline. From 2014 to 2024, the United States has averaged approximately 300,000 deportations per year over that 10-year time span. The Trump administration had set the goal of deporting 1 million illegal immigrants per year over the course of his 4-year presidential term. Situations similar to Chicago's Operation Midway Blitz are unfolding in many communities all across the United States. While critics of ICE are making legal claims alleging illegal use of excessive force, tear gas, and a lack of due process for those that have been detained. Employers are generally taking a neutral stance when it comes to ICE raids and employee protection. Conventional large corporations will oftentimes use contracted labor through employment agencies to employ temporary workers indirectly at their places of business. A contracted worker from an employment agency is technically employed by the agency, and the company pays the agency a premium on top of the hourly worker's wage for that employee to work at the large corporation. In the event of an ICE raid, the large employer would be legally free from consequence, as the contracted employees are not legally employed by the large company, but through the smaller temporary agency entity. What do you think of ICE's recent surge in activity? How will it impact your job? Comment down below. If you found value in the contents of this video, like and subscribe. This is your Supply Chain Pro, out.